Long ago, deep within the tangled green heart of the Congo rainforest, there was a kingdom carved from stone and spirit, a kingdom so powerful its name was struck from time. They called it Mbonzoni. Its king wore a mask of gold, carved from the heart of a fallen star, said to grant him eternal life. But eternity has a cost. And when the king refused to die, his people buried him alive, mask and all, beneath the roots of the umbilla tree, in a tomb sealed with blood and silence. For centuries, no one dared to speak his name. Until now. 4 men walked into the jungle. They were not warriors, not priests, just treasure seekers. Shock, the French Congolese archaeologist, driven by legacy. Amoka, a Nigerian cryptographer, sharp-eyed and skeptical. Mutombo, a local guide with ancestors who warned him not to go. Serge, a cameraman with a death wish and a satellite phone. They had found a map in a rusted drum beneath Kinshasa's oldest graveyard. It spoke of a mask hidden in a forgotten tomb. One that whispered promises. Shock was obsessed. Imagine what it could be worth, he said. Not just money. Immortality. Mutombo spat into the grass. You cannot sell what should not be seen. But still, they went. 3 days in, the forest began to change. The trees twisted, back like cracked faces. Birds stopped singing. The air was thick, not hot, but watching. Mutombo said nothing, but left offerings at each crossroad. Then they found it, a stone circle half swallowed by vines. In the center, a massive umbilla tree, its roots curling into the earth like skeletal hands. At its base, an opening, wide and dark. Shock grinned. We found it. Mutombo shook. Leave it. But Shock entered. The others followed. The tomb smelled of oil and dust. Carvings lined the walls, men kneeling, eyes hollow, arms lifted toward a faceless figure in a crown. They found the sarcophagus at the end of a spiral tunnel. Bound in iron chains. Shock smashed them. Inside lay a skeleton in royal robes, its arms crossed. On its face, the mask. Gold. Eyeless. Smiling faintly. Shock lifted it. Immediately, the air turned cold. The torchlights dimmed. Mutombo fell to his knees. He is awake. Amoka turned to Shock. Put it back. Shock held it tighter. No. It's mine. And from the darkness came laughter. That night, Serge vanished. His camera was found beside the tomb, still recording. On the footage, Serge holding the mask, whispering, then screaming as something pulled him backwards, into the trees. The next night, Amoka began sleep-talking in a language she did not know. She traced symbols on her skin. Her voice changed. Shock, meanwhile, wore the mask in secret. He said it whispered history to him, secrets of kings. But the jungle tightened. Animals no longer ran. Trees began to bleed. And Mutombo begged. Leave it. Before we forget our own names. Amoka woke one night, eyes glowing. She spoke with a voice that wasn't hers. I am King Kebayelufu. King of the Undying. You stole my face. Now I will wear yours. Shock tried to flee, mask in hand. But roots burst from the ground, wrapping his legs. Mutombo poured salt into the fire and chanted a prayer of unbinding. The voice screamed. Amoka collapsed. The mask flew from Shock's hand and hovered. It floated, turning to each of them. Then it spoke. You forgot me. You buried me. Now, remember, they ran. But each step took them deeper, not out. Time twisted. Shock aged 20 years in one night. Amoka's fingers fused together. Mutombo heard his grandfather's voice, weeping. The jungle had become a labyrinth of memory. The mask was behind them. In front of them. Inside them. Mutombo stopped. He opened his knife and sliced his palm. Blood hit the roots. He shouted. I offer my memory. Let the others go. The trees paused. The mask covered, then turned away. Jacques collapsed, dust pouring from his eyes. Amoka screamed, but Mutombo smiled. I remember now. His name is never to be spoken. And so, I forget. They awoke in Kinshasa, mouths dry, clothes torn. Serge was gone. Jacques never spoke again. He spent his final days painting the same symbol over and over, a circle with 3 lines through it. Amoka lost her sense of time, always looking over her shoulder. Only Mutombo remembered nothing. Just a scar on his palm and a fear of gold. They say in the jungle, memory is not lost, it is buried. And sometimes, it comes back wearing a mask. So if you ever find a golden mask with no eyes and a smiling mouth, run. Before the forgotten king remembers you.